Hey everyone, it's me, Shemp.
Always letting you know if you should shelve it or trash it. So, about a year ago, I did a video on The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. It's a pretty old and dated video, but my opinion still stands. The game was alright. I liked what it was trying to do, but it could definitely use some adjustments. Well, it's 2019, and I finally played the sequel. And it's, I don't know. So, I finished this game really frustrated and baffled, which puzzled me even more. I was expecting to feel maybe annoyed and underwhelmed, because that's what I remember feeling as a kid, but turns out there's a lot about this game that I don't remember. My main question is, was this game even finished? Now, when someone asks that question, you usually think, oh, it's broken, buggy, and glitchy. Well, this is one of those instances where none of those things apply. It just feels like there's so much missing. Let me explain.
So, Spyro Eternal Night is the direct sequel to A New Beginning. It continues the story where the last game left off. Cinder was saved from the Dark Master and returned to normal, Spyro lost his powers from dealing with all that shit, Sparx got a new voice actor, and the day is temporarily saved. Current day, we see Spyro waking up from a nightmare about the final fight. Sparx comes up with his new voice and says Cinder left.
What do you mean, Sparx?
Whoa, calm down, big fella. Gosh, you're awfully tense.
Sounding bored out of his mind, Spyro gets up to go stop her from leaving, to which she replies with, "No you," and leaves. Then Spyro passes out and we meet this new character called the Chronicler in this dream area. Now, it seems like I'm skipping a lot for not even a minute, but I'm not. This is all in the beginning. So this dream area is the game's reasoning for Spyro getting his powers back. Every other cutscene will have Spyro bashing a skull on the ground entering the dreamscape. Who is the Chronicler? Well, we don't know. Until the last part of the game. You do get your abilities from the last game, but they are used in different ways. For example, leveling up Flame will let you shoot out fireballs, and your special is just a fire charge, which does jack shit. Ice lets you build up an ice grenade, basically, and freezes enemies, with your special letting you do an ice tail attack or something. Electricity isn't as broken as it was in the last game. Now you just shoot out an electric ball that shoots enemies into the air. And the special is kinda overpowered, turning Spyro into an electric tornado. Then Earth basically lets you swing around a big loogie, and the special is just an earthquake. This time around, these elemental attacks are pretty lame. None of them really do that much damage or are good for ground control, since most enemies just power through your attacks. You also have the returning Fury attack for every element, and they basically do the same thing as last time. There's really nothing different. But new to Spyro's arsenal is the ability to slow down time? Yeah, this game just pulls a Prince of Persia and lets you slow down time. This is the first ability you're given, by the way. The Chronicler's just like, hey, Spyro, by the way, you can totally slow down time. Like, purple dragons can do crazy shit, right? So, yes, in the middle of combat, you can slow down time whenever you want with the press of a button until the meter goes down. This lets you get your hits in before they have a chance to react. This is a pretty powerful ability that's never brought up again. No, seriously, you use it for platforming challenges, but it's never brought up in the story. Ever. He never uses it for any interaction with anything whatsoever, and I don't get that. I feel like having this ability would be pretty groundbreaking, especially for the Dragon Elders who are so keen on keeping Spyro alive. Somewhat. See, after Spyro wakes up, he explains to everyone that he's been having dreams about shit, and he spoke to the Chronicler. Everyone freaks out by the mention of that name, so Spyro meditates and says that he sees a tree, and Ignitus says, bro, you gotta find that tree. You go on this dangerous quest and risk your life and shit, and I'll just wait for you here. Which seems very out of character, since the last game he was like Mom of the Year protecting his little purple boy. But we really could have used Ignitus out here, because fucking Christ, these enemies are aggressive. With your new ability to slow down time, the developers just cranked up the enemy AI to aggressive as all fuck, because they can damage boost through everything you throw at them, and even stun lock you because your recovery animations are so fucking long. Basic combat is the exact same from the last game. You still mash the circle button to do your one combo chain. I found it a little more enjoyable with the new elemental attacks letting me mix it up and combine, but it's all just so janky to use. It felt like the circle button was just more effective. So if you're coming from a new beginning and going right into Eternal Night, then it will feel and play the exact same. Hell, I swear to God, I thought one of these levels was pasted from a new beginning, just with a different background. As for the story, nothing memorable happens. So after we go look for a tree, Spyro caves his skull some more, we get kidnapped by pirates? And we fight them for way too long. Seriously, it feels like the pirate shit was more than half of the game for how long it went on. And guess what happened at the end of all of that? We find Cinder, who gets kidnapped. Damn, it'd be cool if someone could, you know, slow down time, or fly, or just do anything, really. Remember that neat little flying section from the last game? Yeah, me neither, because it's not here. Instead of flying to the next area like the last game, you just watch some pictures move around. It feels like something was cut because they didn't have enough time or something. With how big of an emphasis they wanted to put on this story, nothing fucking happens for more than half of the game. I'm already about to explain the ending. So we meet with the Chronicler, and he's basically the all-seeing eye. He writes everything that happens to everyone throughout time in their own special books. I do like that. That's a cool character. He shows Spyro his book, and it's a nice jot down memory lane for them. It's cute. But then for whatever reason, he's like, oh yeah, they can also tell the future, which completely backtracks what they just established about his character. So he shows Spyro that Cinder will be turned evil or something, and he's like, fuck your books, I can stop it. And the Chronicler says, fine, Christ, go this way. Now we're at the end. We go to the castle, start fighting, and the game bugs out. For whatever reason, the game glitched and gave me unlimited magic so I could spam my breath attacks like crazy. I don't know why or how this happened, but I'm very thankful because it made this last part so much easier, and I was already checked out hours ago. This helped me more than you can imagine because it's just a gauntlet, enemy after enemy, attack after attack, and they all just damage boost through you. It's so fucking annoying. I don't know how anyone could get through all this without whatever glitch happened to me. So, we finally make it to the end, and the final boss is just a big ape. See, this entire time, I was thinking that this was the pre-final boss fight or something. Like, we beat him, and then move on to something cooler. But, nah, it's just a big ape. So, as you're fighting him, the ground breaks, and the game plays, without a doubt, the most awkward piece of funded animation I think I have ever seen in my life. No joke, I have no idea what's happening. I get what they were going for. They fall and Spyro tumbles into the beam of light and he turns into Dark Spyro. Got it. What we got was a Little Big Planet 2 movie made by some 11-year-old kid thinking he was making a great fan animation. Now you're Dark Spyro. What can Dark Spyro do? Fuck if I know. The game sure as hell doesn't tell me what he can do. You can shoot a beam, float in the air, and not move for some reason. Whatever this is. You'd think not explaining how to control a new character is frustrating, right? Nah. They found something worse. The game doesn't tell you how to beat the final boss. See, I thought I got another glitch. You fight the ape as Dark Spyro, a cutscene plays where he says, kill me, you won't, then cuts back to the game. I'm pressing every major button I've been using this whole game and nothing's happening. Did the game soft lock? Nope, because he gets up and attacks me off the stage. Now I have to do the whole fucking thing over again. All like 2 or 3 phases or whatever. I get back to that section and again! Am I doing something wrong? I came to my friends distraught, distressed, and they told me, press R2. And what do you know? It did something. That's all I had to do to avoid the headache. And it never told me. I get that it just assumes you know what to do because you've pressed R2 in the past, but most of the time playing the game, I rarely pressed it. So it makes sense to prompt the player to do the finishing move. Or am I just asking for too much? So after that, Spyro awkwardly pops up, Cinder headbutts him, and now they're all gonna die. Oh no! But it's okay. Spyro recently learned how to caramelize everyone, so they're safe, I think? Even though the debris could still crack and kill them, but whatever. And credits roll. Ah, wow, that took a turn. I wasn't expecting the game to be that bad. I thought the first one was okay. It was grounded and it had somewhat of a direction, but this game feels like there's so much missing. First off, there's barely any character interaction with Spyro and Sparks. They just kind of say a line or two and then cut back to gameplay. It feels like they either couldn't afford to pay the actors for more lines, or they didn't have enough time to fully flesh out a coherent script. Ignitus is barely there, the other elders don't really say anything, Spyro always just says a few lines at most. Where is the fucking dialogue? The music is also basically non-existent. I remember really liking the main theme of the first game. I honestly can't remember any track from this game. This game really has nothing going for it. Bad story writing, bad writing in general, forgettable music, bad level design, way too aggressive enemy AI, shitty final boss, Spyro looks like a meth addict on the cover art, and people still defend this game. So far, we're 2 games into this Legends series and it's doing nothing for me. How could it get any worse? With a DS version. Not gonna lie, not gonna sugarcoat it, I played like 10 minutes of this, and that's all I needed. The DS version is a 3D platformer with a render distance of a cough. The gameplay sucks, the controls suck, the voice clips aren't even Elijah Wood, but I will say that the narrator for the beginning part of this is giving it his all, and I absolutely love it.
Spyro grasped Cinder frantically as he flew away from the force of the implosion. However, that was not the only thing that frightened Spyro, for something evil had returned.
So what should you do? Trash it? Or trash it? Well, there is nothing redeemable from this game. Honestly, I cannot think of anything good to say about it. It is just so bland and unforgettable. Only get this game if you're a collector. Don't get this game to play. So with that said, The Legend of Spyro: The Eternal Night gets trashed.
Special thank you to my 2 channel members, Pow Polarize, who's been going for 11 months straight, thank you so much, and newcomer MT Goonie, who's been a member for 1 month. Thank you guys so much, you keep the channel going. If you guys want to be on this list and have access to some custom badges, custom emojis, and all kinds of other stuff that's going to be added in the future, click that join button over there that's next to the subscribe button. It really helps out. Thank you for watching, and here are 2 other videos I think you should check out.